wanted to run for president. What, you don't listen to Bob? Yeah. I would say, well, first of all, I would say, oh, that's a toughie. President. You know what? I've never thought of political life for me. But judging by the size of the audience in this room, I might have a shot. Let me think about that one. How about that? Thanks.
Would Apophis ever have thought about running for president? You know, just to try and insert himself into the human ways more?
Dude, why would he want to be president when you've been a god?
That's the one difference, really. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, man.
Yeah, gods don't think they're president. It's the other way around.
Yeah, right. That's true. How about President Gaddafi? Oh, that was bad.
I remember watching Stargate when I was younger, and Apophis was sort of, I guess he actually sort of found that to be a scary character. And then as I got older and towards the end of the series, and I bought all the DVDs and went back and started to watch again, I remembered how great Apophis' character was, and I just think it was a real big shame that it took so long to bring him back, especially in sci-fi when he can come back at any point in the show.
You know what I think really happened is that somehow they figured that each ensuing season they had to have the bad guy get badder and badder. And I don't know how, I just think they kept attempting to make a badder bad guy. Sokar was supposed to be badder than Apophis when he first started, but then I think they went, you know, they kept going back to Apophis, and at a certain point, I think artistically they found that the world was changing around them, and they needed to, you know, raise the stakes to Baal status. But can you evict that person? But you know, there's a certain. I favor characters with a little bit of nuance. Not that Baal didn't. I'm not knocking his character, but I think the shameless grab at the large-scale badness sort of undermined a little bit of the charm Stargate had. For me, and this is going to sound strange coming from Peter Williams, but I don't think Stargate got any better than the movie, quite frankly. I loved the movie. I mean, I like the TV show too, but the movie was where it's at for me. That really got me hooked, and I was a fan before the TV show. We've got a couple hands. There's one in the back as well, just so you don't forget it. Yeah.
Do you have any difficulty memorizing your lines?
Do you see how few lines Apophis had? And the only difficulty, of course, was the Kelnock Shah business. Some of the words were very similar. It's just inflections that differentiated them from one another. Difficulty? No, not really. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, I wanted to know, did you actually get to keep anything from the show, or decided, oh, I like that, let's take it home with you?
I wanted a staff weapon, to be honest, or a Zat gun. Staff weapon preferably, actually. I think I told somebody Zat gun earlier, but a staff weapon actually was functional. I mean, a precursor to the taser that we know today. Staff weapon. No, I didn't actually get to keep anything. I think they offered me that rubber cap that my character wore, but it was very small. And somebody in Belgium bought it in the end. No, kept nothing. Not a thing except memories from that set.
This has been spinning in my head since you said that you don't like the replicators. How would you react if Apophis was brought back as a replicator?
My friend, you are too intelligent for your own good. You have nailed me between a rock and a hard place. Damn right I'd say yes. But I wouldn't like it, and I wouldn't be proud of myself. It would be a shameless sellout. But I'm so there. Good question.
How much of the Goa'uld language do you actually remember?
Well, let me tell you a funny story about the Goa'uld language. When we were shooting Children of the Gods, Michael Shanks, his character, Daniel, and Apophis were the only two that used the language. Both of us were given a glossary. There was a professor at the University of British Columbia who was an expert in Egyptian mythology. He gave us some words that are actual words in ancient Egyptian. But the problem was, he gave us half of them at one time and the other half at another time. One of us was given the real thing and the other one was given gibberish written by Brad Wright. So not Brad Wright, this was before Brad's time. No, this was Brad. It's a long time ago now, but in truth, Daniel Jackson and Apophis were speaking two different languages. There you go. How much of it do I remember? Jaffa agrees about all. Oh, and of course, Sholba. I think Sholba has entered the Oxford English Dictionary by now. Yep.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, man.
First of all, thanks for coming down to Earth and then further down to Australia to visit us humans. My question is, first of all, are you a video game player? And if you were, and if you had any sort of chance to take part in a video game, and Apophis was in it, what kind of superpowers do you think he'd sort of have or be able to do? And yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Now, you know what? You're going to think I'm taking the mick, as they say in England. And I'm going to open myself up to some serious ridicule here. But I have not mastered a single video game since Space Invaders. And I am not kidding. I was really good at that. Asteroids came along and I tackled it. I got moderately good at that. And after that, it was only Pac-Man. I'm sorry, but I'm not a gamer. I have, however, dabbled with SingStar, which is a bit more interactive. And can't think of another one, man. Honestly, don't play Mario, don't play any of those things. Dungeons and Dragons, forget it. I can't name another one, to tell you the truth. It's passed me by completely. And I think that has something to do with the fact that I was the last guy I know to buy a cell phone and a computer. I may not play it, but I'd certainly check it out, no question. And you know what? It might help. Maybe, hey, what, there isn't one? Are you telling me there isn't one?
There hasn't been one that's officially released yet. They always get cancelled, unfortunately.
You know what that means to me? That means it's still to come. Because they won't be able to pass it up. Somebody will do it. I just hope they contact me to do the voice. Yep. Sorry.
If Apophis was in episode 200, what sort of storyline would you have wanted him to have?
Listen, man. That's a